So guys, so for today's video is we will continue to like the bank keys for example company or base and this is the test drive company. So there is test drive in QuickBooks so you can like work on it like if you want to like practice in QuickBooks. So you just search here test drive in your browser. I will show the test drive in QuickBooks. So when doing bank feeds, so bank feeds, this is important for like this is the basic one you have to know like for the in the QuickBooks online. So how you get in the bank is you go here under all apps and then here and then in bank transaction. So in bank transaction there is so you have to record again because the last time it was before the volume is not good. So when you see in the bank transaction, you'll see the banks that are connected in QuickBooks. So sometimes the client like connected it with their bank. Sometimes they just need to import like the bank transaction directly in QuickBooks so you can do bank reconciliation after. So you see here, like for example, when you click the checking, there are pending for categorization 25 transactions that are pending. So there are three options here, pending, posted, and excluded. So depending these transactions not yet in the QuickBooks, so meaning if you categorize them, then it will be here under posted. So we haven't categorized in the section. So by the way, this is the new version, and I want to like switch for the old version because then I'm more familiar with. So yeah, like so the old version there is for review, categorized and excluded. So it's different from the new version for the bank. So when you go here under review, you'll see here the date check description and then categorize or match spent receipt. So the spent are the expenses and the receipt are the deposits or the payments of the customer. Sometimes these two also are transfers or transfer from bank to bank or with other like third party. So so how you categorize the transactions here based in QuickBooks. So first, you have to know the client's business because yeah, for you to categorize, you should know like the expense type and then the sales, like the income type. Like for example, this one books by Bessie, the first one. So description is books by Bessie. So how you know to categorize this? So just open new tab to search like for previous transactions. Um, if there are like previous transactions that you receive from books by Best. So if you have questions, like yeah, questions regarding on the bank, then you can like comment. So there are vendor books by Bessie. So you see, this is under receipt, but the setup for the books by Bessie is under vendor, so under like we paid them. So there is check 55 before like March 13. And then we receive also 55. So probably this is refund. So how do you like show the issue check and then we have like we receive again the payment for this one. So legal and professional fee bookkeeper. Oh, this is the payment for the bookkeeper. So probably it bounced back the check because we received it 65. So how you categorize you put here legal and professional fees. Maybe we issued check and then got like it bounced back. Because if this is the like income, so this books by should be set up as a client or customer, it is set up as vendor, so we paid it like monthly. So the other one a rental. A rental. There's no a rental. So there's no a rental, so later we'll have to like how to convert it, whatever. This one, so this one is just the sample of what I do for the freebie. So if ever I am being like a bookkeeper for them, I search like the freebies categorization. So I'll know like how to categorize them. But if ever there are new transactions, then you have to verify with the client how what's the expense type, or you can search in the internet browser in your browser like what the supplier type, and you can categorize them. So for so you see there are two matches found. So how you know if this is payment for so you will know like when you look at it, this one is the right one. So this is bill payment expense. So what's the difference here? So expense, this one like receipt. So we record it and then we know that the that we paid in the checking account. Because if like bill payment, so receipt we already spent it, and then we record them in a QuickBook. This one, the expense 76. You've seen it. So when you record your expense, you already know that we're like for example, this is under checking. Sometimes most of the expense they use the credit card, and then we record under expense. And then when it appear here in the bank, then we'll just have to match it because you're already recorded in QuickBooks. So if you have, so for example, you don't match this and you categorize, categorize this expense under legal fees. So what will happen is it will be double posted. So your expenses will be doubled per like the legal expense. So what we will do not that happen is after we do bank fees, do bank reconciliation. So we will not or like double posted or some we categorize twice or we haven't like much and like the on the expense or the bill payment. So when you match this, you click here the expense 76 and then you click the match. So there are many match functions because the bookkeeper or the accountant recorded already the transaction and then they're so the bookkeeper is just waiting for like the bank fees and then the bookkeeper will match it. So for example, this one deposit receive 868.50. When you let this, so we record deposit payments from the customer because this is under receive. Say we have so if you're like on the first time maybe you'll get confused, but then later when you like learn or have train on hands training on this, then you can like easily like use QuickBooks because this one like it is easy to use. So they recorded the bank deposit. So you see there are different customer who paid and then um they deposit 868.15. So when you click here where the first one do basketball. So we have received payment and then it was posted under undeposited because so undeposited because it is not yet deposited in the bank. So if we receive them, then if we don't deposit yet in the bank, we don't know like which bank we will deposit. So we put it under undeposited deposited funds. Then after we deposit them, like you go here in the checking, we do bank deposit. So this one is just the receipt payment. So when you receive like for example receive check, so okay, receive check and it was not yet deposited, so you have to have here undeposited. And after when you deposit you have to do the bank deposit and then you click all the like the receipt payments and then in the total and then have so when it appears in the bank so you have to match the deposit. So that's how it works. And this one for the spend for so by the way you can have here like option like to show bank details. So it show here like the bank details and if you want to copy bank debit detail to memo. So after so the first the like the fourth one is the heaps hardware. So there is match so check 75. So to make sure that this is really like the payment for this one you have to like check on so to make sure you have to like have the bank statement, but if not then you have to double check and if it looks if there is no like other check amount like this if this is the only one. So in this case it's the only one like check that has this amount, so you have to like match it. This one, bill payments. So the bill payment, we have this. Because for example, we created bill and then after, we'll issue like bill payment under checking. So, okay. So create bill and then we'll do like bill payment. Then after the like the supplier cash is so will appear in the bank. So this one will be able, for example, there is for OA deposit. So there is deposit again for, I think this is like includes other deposit also. Yeah, there are two like deposit. So when you click here, it is on receipt payments, and then from the bookkeeper put in there the undeposited, and after the it record the paper record bank deposit. So I have to match this. So that's how you categorize like the transaction here. You just make sure if ever. So this one is two matches. So there is cash and check debit. So what will you have to like to match? So from the first look, so this is the correct one because you see the date here is the same. And then when you click this check debit, so they paid, I think they paid by debit account. Check debit. Yeah. So they paid under checking. So you have to match the correct one. So that's how you do like bank categorization. If you have questions, and just like comment how to ever you have questions. So this one air rental. So I know if the like what's the business type, go here under content setting, and then what's the business for the companies you have, check it so you know like the short how you like categorize this income. I think this one is just rent, landscaping service. Not sure the business type. So you see here, there is spent and there is received. So probably this is a refund. Also, like we paid this one before, paid it, and then we have like credit memo and debit memo because this is like spent. So we have debit memo and then we offset it here. So probably this is a rent expense, but not for like the like rental for the residential or whatever, but like equipment or when you search this here, rental like diesel stuff. So in my experience, yeah, I have to search in the like in my browser how to categorize. But if ever I haven't, I don't know, then I have to ask the client better. So that's how you like categorize here in bank fees. So after you categorize all this, then you have to do the reconciliation in QuickBooks Online. It's all for now. Bye.